Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all the brand new dynamic duos that just dropped today here in NBA 2K25 My Team to see if any of them are actually worth using. Because I think the answer, unfortunately, is probably going to be no. Because unless they change, 2K changes animations on these cards, I don't think they're going to be incredible. Ray Allen and Tony Allen did not come out today. This dynamic duo came out last week. 2K must just not have added it until just now. But the other 10 dynamic duos came out today, and it's father-son duos throughout NBA history, which is cool. But unless there's animation changes on these cards, the realistic truth is that I don't think any of these duos will actually be worth using. But we'll take a look at them anyway and see what is gonna what it's looking like with this content. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. I'm uploading like crazy today, even though I'm sick as a dog. So I appreciate y'all's support, trying to get y'all content even when I don't feel good. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Starting off with this Bill Walton, Luke Walton dynamic duo. Does it change animations? It doesn't on Bill. I don't think it will on any of them, but he is one of the newer cards. He is a dark matter. There are a couple dark matters you can get out of this. It certainly makes him better. +8 3-ball, nice badge boosts. I mean, he is solid, but the honest truth is that card's jumper is not very good. I would assume Luke Walton, same story, doesn't get animation changes considering he's already a new card. He does not. But he does get nice stat and badge boosts that went to a card that was already pretty good and becomes like really, really complete. Definitely on paper, stat and badge wise, a very good dynamic duo, even if in all honesty, these are cards, Luke Walton and Bill Walton, that probably won't be getting used. If Bill Walton had a better jumper, maybe, but as is, probably not. Now, Rick Barry, another really good free card that you could get from this event. Probably the coolest thing here is the ability to get a free Rick Barry, a free Jaren Jackson Jr., somebody like that if you get lucky on one of these ball drops. And Rick Barry is 6'7" with 6'11" wingspan. He's already good, and he gets even better with the boost. Getting Hoff on ball menace as a base card, getting a +3 to his steal, +2 to his perimeter, +3 to his 3-ball. A couple extra Hall of Fame badges additionally as well. I mean, definitely looks like a good card and becomes really, really solid. John Barry, his son, is 6'5" with a 6'7" wingspan. This card, when badged, is definitely a lot better. Gets interceptor, on menace, rebound chaser, handles for days, unpluckable, ankle assassin, bailout, break stutter. Just good badges across the board. Gets a +5 to the driving dunk. Stat and badge wise, he becomes really nice. His jumper's on very quick, normal fade. D-Book KD, D-Book Anthony. These SIGs are terrible though. Unfortunately, this card is just not gonna be able to play because of those SIGs. Kind of limits what honestly looked like it might be the best dynamic duo, but I don't think that's meant to be. Triple J, the other dark matter, 6'10" with 7'4" wingspan. Gets a +10 free throw, +2 mid-range, +5 on both the dunking attributes, which is nice. +3 steal, Hoff post fade, break starter, versatile visionary, pick dodger. Gets souped up a bit, still doesn't have insane animations. He's a good card, but is his dad getting good? 6'6", 6'8" wingspan, obviously gets massive stat boosts and badge boosts as well to make him a lot better, but his jumper is unnormal, and this is the problem that I knew was going to happen, is that the older, more outdated bad cards in these dynamic duos, like a Jaren Jackson, his gold card, who obviously came out very early in the year, was like a day one Gens of the Game card that was just in the game, has these really crappy dribble sigs, a normal jump shot timing, basic dribble style, stuff like that, and at the end of the day, this card is completely unusable with these animations at this point in the year, and it really kills what otherwise had the potential to be a solid dynamic duo, and that's a shame. And that is the biggest probably issue that I have with all of this. Not to mention Mike Bibby and Henry Bibby as a duo. I guess they're father-son, but seriously, you're 6'2" and 6'1" or something. I don't know how tall Henry Bibby is, but I mean, the stats are pretty solid. He gets boosted up defensively, but again, no animation changes. Animations are fine, but whatever. But his dad's 6'1". I mean, it's a 6'1" and a 6'2" dude. Who is using these dynamic duos? If you're an offline player, sure, go for it. But if you're an online player, not a single one of these duos is exciting. And the problem, honestly, is that as you progress through them, they kind of get worse. Like, we're going through 4 of them. We have 6 more, and I don't think any of these are going to be better. Like Bronny's jumper stinks. It doesn't get updated, of course. His SIGs aren't very good. They don't get updated. Stats and badges become better, which, I mean, they already weren't terrible. And he's a solid on-paper card, but his animations stink. And then you have Diamond LeBron as the combo, who has his own release on normal and all of his own SIGs. He's got day one animation still, and so that card's not usable either. You know what I mean? He's just mid, and it's just it feels like 2K had a huge opportunity here to do something really cool and maybe like excite the community. They could have made these cards good. They could have changed the animations with the duos. They could have made this fun content, even if a lot of these dynamic duos, just because of height or whatever, aren't really going to wind up getting used. It would not have been hard at all for 2K to like make them good. Instead, we have a bunch of bad dynamic duos with a bunch of cards that aren't updated and just don't fit. Like, why would anybody use Tim Hardaway? He's 6 foot at point guard and 25 dunking. Even with the duo, he still has 25 dunking. Like, Jumper's still on normal. I'm sorry, I know it's Patty Mills based, but it's on normal. Like, no. This Tim Hardaway Jr. is not totally awful, but he's not spectacular either. And I don't know. It's disappointing to me. It is really disappointing because it's something that is a cool idea. And even if a lot of these card duos were kind of going to suck regardless, just because of the size of the players and stuff, that's understandable. And that's not really 2K's fault. They're using father-son duos throughout NBA history. It's a cool concept. Problem is, you got to change the animations to at least make them half decent. And they just didn't do that at all. And that is such a shame. So Austin Rivers with the dynamic duo is decent, but his dad is 6'1", and you just can't run that dynamic duo together, especially without exceptional animations. So that's another no on that duo. Larry Nance Jr. and Larry Nance Sr. would actually be a pretty solid dynamic duo if this Larry Nance Sr. had changed animations, because this Nance Jr. card has a decent jumper. His movement isn't spectacular, but stat and badge wise, he's well-rounded, and Larry Nance Sr. is 6'10" with a 7'1" wingspan. He's got pretty okay size, but jumpers on normal, basic dribble style, Jimmy escape. Like, it's just not going to do it. Tyrese behind the back. Again, animations that are just not good enough at this point in the year to be high level on a card. Juwan Howard and Jet Howard, same story here. +9 to the 3-ball is nice. Defensively, he gets a lot better, but the release is still on normal. The SIGs are still mid. He's still mid, and that's just the truth of it all. I skipped Jet Howard. I'm sure his stats and badges get a lot better, but he still only has 19 hops. He has 69 agility, so he can't move laterally at all, and he's got 65 driving dunk. Like, his card stinks. He's terrible. Even with good animations, he'd suck, to be totally honest. Not to mention he still has his basic animations. Ron Brewer, same story. Card has basic animations, 6'4" shooting guard. He stinks. And then Corey Brewer, his son, unfortunately also is going to stink. Second Corey Brewer card that we've had that has a dynamic duo that gets him to Dark Matter this year, though, which is kind of funny, because obviously his Amethyst was the same, his Amethyst duo with Joakim Noah. So I think he's the only card this year that's true of that has multiple dynamic duos, let alone multiple dynamic duos that push him to Dark Matter. So on different cards, that's kind of funny. But as a whole, you look at this and I think it's hard to have any reaction other than, well, that was underwhelming. That's kind of how I feel about this whole drop right now and this whole event, because it had the potential to be really cool. And a couple of these duos could be pretty good if, like, the cards in the duos were actually souped up properly. Like, for example, Bill Walton, Luke Walton, Rick Barry, John Barry, Bronny and Braun, even Jaren and his dad. Like, there is some stuff here that could have been really cool, but unfortunately, 2K decided to take away that by not changing animations on any of these cards, and it kind of becomes kind of a pointless event at that point, which is a shame. So with that being said, it's gonna do it for the video. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.